Hey, what's up guys? Matt here with Fix Anything Save Money. Today we're going to be showing you how to tune up this Craftsman leaf blower. This is model 430 CFM. So we're going to be walking you through how to change the plug, how to clean out the air filter and remove that, and then also how to replace the fuel filter. Those are the three things that I like to do every year, with the exception of the fuel filter. Sometimes I'll do the fuel filter every few years, but I usually every single year take a look at the plug, clean it or replace it, and then clean out the air filter just to make sure everything is running great. And then the other thing I like to do, right now I already dumped the fuel out of this, but if you haven't used your blower in a long time, I like to just dump the fuel out and put fresh fuel in it. This takes a 40-to-1 mix, just so you know. So we're going to dive right into this video, show you guys how to tune this up, make sure it's still running great. So the first thing we're going to do is replace the spark plug. So we're going to show you how to remove that. That sits underneath this cap right here, and you could try to pull it out if you have smaller hands, but I like to just kind of take any sort of screwdriver and just pry up with it. Remove that cap, and then we're going to take a 5/8 inch deep socket and just a standard ratchet, and we're going to loosen this up, rotating it this way. Okay, and then once you kind of get it loose a little bit, you can generally remove it the rest of the way. This one is a little bit tighter for whatever reason. Okay, so there's our spark plug, and again that was a 5/8 inch deep socket. And then you could either clean these with a wire brush or replace it completely, depending on the condition of it. And then to reinstall it, we're just going to put it back into the cylinder head, rotating it clockwise. And then once you get it started, we'll just torque it down. And I don't like to go too crazy with these. I've stripped out spark plugs before, so I try not to go too crazy and over tighten it. And then we're just going to put our cap back on. Press it down, you'll probably hear like a little click. Okay. All right, so that takes care of the spark plug. Now we'll kind of move the camera over here and we'll show you how to remove the air filter. So for the air filter, it sits behind that little door. So we'll kind of show you that real quick. Let's move this way so you could see better. Okay, so it sits behind this door right here, this cover. And then all you do to remove that is press in on this tab right here. Just press like that and push. Okay? And then you could remove this cover. You could see how that just sits on there with two hinges right there. And then inside there is our air filter. Now for the air filter, if you're not just going to put a brand new one in, I like to rinse these out with Dawn and hot water and just let them sit on a windowsill overnight. Let them dry out fully before you put it back in. And then to put it back in, we're just going to fit it in like that. And just take note of where the hinges go into. You can see how the hinges slide right into here. Once you get it all back, once you get the filter back in. So the filter just fits over like that. And then we're just going to put our cover back on. And then just push it in. And then just give it a little tug, make sure that it is actually on there and seated correctly. Okay. So we changed the spark plug. We cleaned out the air filter, or we showed you how to remove that. The last thing I like to do is the fuel filter. So if you have a full tank, I recommend just emptying it out quickly. You could remove that cap, and then inside the tank is the actual fuel filter. So on these, you could usually just stick your finger in there and pull it out. But if it's, you know, deep in there, you might need to get a coat hanger, kind of hook it and kind of fish it out. Okay, so there's our fuel filter. And you can see the fuel filter runs up and it ties into the back end of the carburetor right here. Okay, and then this line right here, that just takes the excess fuel and dumps it back into the tank. So just a little side note in case you're wondering. And then for these, I like to take just a tiny little flathead and pry these off. These are usually on there pretty good. Okay, and then you would just take your new one, put it back on, and just push it all the way up flush against that. And then just stuff it back in there. Put your cap back in. You see these just fold to get in there. And then just tighten your cap back on. And like I said, this takes a 40-to-1 fuel mix. Okay. So yeah, guys, that pretty much sums up this video. I do have a video up on the channel right now on the how to replace the carburetor on this model. So if you do go through this tune-up and you notice that it's still running rough, it's not running correctly, it's most likely a carburetor issue. So I do have a video up on my channel on how to replace the carburetor. And then I'm also going to be making a video for anyone that maybe picked this machine up secondhand or something and they're not familiar with it. I'm going to make a video on kind of like the starting sequence of that, and then also just like a general overview of this machine. So I'm going to be doing that after this video, but for now that pretty much sums it up. I guess we could go over the starting sequence really quick too. So the starting sequence for this, you move it over to start, and then you prime your bulb. Once you have fuel in it, you would prime your bulb 10 times, pull. You also want to make sure that this lever is all the way up. Okay. Then you would pull this 10 times. It's probably going to start and then cut out. And then you would flick it over to run. But first you would just have to pull your trigger to release that. Then you put it, then it's on run. Then you would just, what I like to do is just kind of hold the trigger in and pull it until it starts and runs, and then just let it warm up for 2, 3, 4 minutes. Let the engine get up to normal operating temperature before you use it, and then that just kind of prevents any premature damage to the machine. But yeah, guys, that pretty much sums up the video on the tune-up for this. If you guys have any questions at all, please reach out in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, if this video helped you out, be sure to give it a like. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out all of my other tool and DIY videos. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.